I know what you're thinking. How does this keep happening? How does your house go from perfectly clean to being a disaster again? Well, if you stick around, there's a bit of a story this time. Okay, so I'm gonna clean off my stove and get dinner started. We're having corned beef dinner tonight. There are two things I know in life. Number one, when you have any extra amount of money, something will definitely break that's going to cost you a lot of money. The second thing I know is that when it rains, it sort of pours. And as a bonus, when the universe is telling you something, you listen. So here's the story. We were out shopping and came home to a house that was freezing cold. Coldest night of the year so far, I believe. And pellet stove was off. And as you might guess, the pellet stove was broken. I tried everything that any normal person would try that owns a pellet stove, cleaning, making sure it's full, and checking to make sure that all the connections were there and everything was correct. End of story, it was broken. So I told Greg to call Lowe's and see if they may be at this time of year, because they generally clearance these stoves out early winter to prepare for spring inventory, to see if just by chance they had one. And lo and behold, they did. Well, this was almost 9 o'clock. He paid for it online. No, he did not pay for it online. He paid for it over the phone. And he asked the manager if they would hold the store open so that him and my son could go in and load it into my son's car and bring it home. Well, as luck would have it, they held the store open, but when we got it home, it was a floor model, which was not a surprise, but the cord, the control panel, and a cover were all missing. So we look all over the stove, inside the hopper, inside where the fire pot is, nothing. Trevor looks down inside, way down inside the sides of the stove. Lo and behold, the control panel and a cover is in there. The cord, however, is not. So this pellet stove is much taller than my old one. So Trevor and I fished it out using a magnetic wand. So we found the control panel and we found the cover, still no cord. Luckily, my other son knew somebody who had a bunch of cords laying around and just happened to have a cord for it, and $20 later, they set it up and it was up and going. So there's that. Second part of my story is, if you notice everything just piled up in my kitchen to one corner, I had planned on selling my washer and dryer. In fact, we had a few prospective buyers for them. And I was going to buy a set of more simple type of a washer with an agitator that took more water, because I had a theory that, the machine wasn't cleaning as well as I wanted it to. And I was looking just to simplify the machine, so if anything ever went wrong, that it would be easier for us to just YouTube it and fix it. So the minute that our taxes came on, excited me, ran straight to my computer and ordered the machines. Easy, right? Well, so we thought. 4 days later, we get an email stating that there was a payment failure. Like, how is there a payment failure when the money was taken? So everything was closed. It was late at night. So early the next morning, Greg got on the phone and he figured out what had happened, which is they only pull $1 off your card until they actually deliver. But for some odd reason, even though the money was actually there, the payment failed. So he worked through that with both Lowe's and the card company and had it all set. And he told the person at Lowe's that he was going to come in and just pay for it. Well, the person at Lowe's decided that they would take it upon themselves to just pull the money off the card again. Well, surprise, another payment failure. So, moving forward, we get that all fixed, and Greg tells him, I am coming in right now to pick up these machines with a U-Haul. So he grabbed my two boys, and off they went to go get the machines. And since they weren't going to be delivered, the delivery charge needed to be returned to us. So, instead of giving the money back, which was a whole $30 in cash, she returned it to, you guessed it, the card. Thinking nothing of it, they went back to get the machines, and just as they were about to release them to him, the payment failed again. Greg called me, and he said, look, they've got to hold the machine for 4 days because the payment failed and the money can't be returned until then. I said, you know what? Cancel the machines. When something tells you to just quit, you quit. That's a sure sign. So that's exactly what we did. So I never did get the machines, but that's okay. We got a new pellet stove. I foresee some banana bread being made in the future. Recently, I found a new recipe for chocolate banana bread. I just need to go get some chocolate chips.
Maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now, it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry. 'Cause we both know just this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, yeah. Or maybe we just hit the end of the road, yeah. Right now it doesn't even matter. Wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry. 'Cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even.
Yes, I know that this seems like a very out-of-the-way place to store my pans, but no worries because I bought a different set and they're down in the cabinet where I normally keep my pans. I'm putting these up here until I decide whether I want to keep them or if I'm just going to donate.
Wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry. 'Cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here right now before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even.
You may have noticed my portable dishwasher featured in a short that I did recently, and I got a question of whether or not it works. Because the truth is, it's tiny and it's very different. Well, the answer to this is yes, it works exceptionally well. The only difference with this dishwasher compared to a full size is it's smaller and it uses a whole lot less detergent. I have to cut my tablets in half, which is no big deal to me. And it does an exceptional job. I have not pulled anything out of this dishwasher that even remotely looks dirty. The only issue that we had, like I said, is I was using a full tablet in it, and there was a slight smell of residual detergent on it, and cutting them in half cleared that right up. It works really well. It has UV to sanitize the dishes also. So it's a pretty neat little machine, and it's really cut down on the amount of dishes that I have to do. It has a 40-minute quick cycle, which I use quite often. The only thing it cuts out is the UV dry and the other part of the drying. So it works good. Lulu, as per usual, is chasing the broom around the floor, hoping to find a tidbit of food that I might have swept up.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you.
Now we're going to quickly move on to the living room. Not too bad in here. All my little followers are going to follow me around and wonder what I'm doing.
And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why. I'm always feeling homesick. Oh. All I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is.
You may notice that all my pictures are down off the walls, and well, most of my pictures are down off the walls. The rest are coming down. I'm going to switch over to a large digital photo frame so that everybody in the family can be included, and as I get new pictures, I can add them to it. It just seems a little more cost effective to do it that way, and since we live in a small home, it takes up far less space. I'm going to be replacing all those photos that were on the wall with possibly something that's Native American or something like that, so that it goes with a statue that my husband bought of a Native American. And if you're wondering why the Native American stuff suddenly, my family, from my side, has a lot of Micmac, and my husband's mother was partially Cherokee.
I have seen many places where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back. But I don't have to be chasing every
I am back at painting my cabinets. I am on this home stretch of this project. I've got these cabinets and the ones on the other side, and then we will be finished. My bottom cabinets took 4 coats of the paint. I ended up needing another quart of the paint, which I didn't realize was going to happen. And I am trying to decide, would you paint the insides of the cabinets or leave them as they are? I have a darker gray for the insides if I do them, or would contact paper be a better option? I want to do something with them, I'm just not sure what.
All I know, all I know, all I know is this is where my heart is.
I am sanding these cabinets down. I did wash them down, but it just seemed like these ones would need the sanding since they're next to the stove.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.
Once I'm done painting the cabinets, I'm going to be eventually here moving on into the living room. We've bought a soft gray color paint for the walls and a much lighter gray for the trim, and that's going to be going throughout the entire downstairs, with the reason being we were going to paint anyway, but when we pulled out the other pellet stove, it's stuff that didn't get painted, just it left a mess. So we're going to be starting fresh in there. If you notice a mess behind the pellet stove, now you know why. But yeah, we're going to be painting soft grays and making it look just a little bit more modern. Here we are at the end of another video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you'll leave me a comment, tell me how you're doing, what you liked in this video, or just your thoughts in general. As always, happy cleaning, and I'll see you in the next one.